Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Puzzle. Today's episode is about a puzzle lock, and I guarantee you it's a puzzle lock like you've never seen before. But before we have a look at the lock, I need to show you this box. This box is actually the box it was shipped. A laser cut wooden box. Pretty cool, right? And even here, the name and the address is printed on the top by laser cutter, so no label that can be damaged or get lost. And if you look inside, there is where the magic happens. This is the so-called Bovalis Lock number 1, designed and manufactured by Constantin Bovalis, mostly of 3D printed parts, and it comes also with an instruction here inside. It describes some rules to handle the puzzle, so it's important that we follow them, I guess. And the rules are: you may directly manipulate the yellow, so means the yellow parts probably. Then you may remove the clear, or maybe this one here. But the clear can directly manipulate only the red. Okay, so I'm not allowed to touch the red, but can touch it with the clear. But the clear is still in here. Now let's see. Your goal is to remove the coin. Okay. No force or extraordinary force to be applied to not damage anything. Okay. As I mentioned, this is made all from 3D printed parts, as you can see. It looks like that these gears here inside, let's say all the parts that are white, are made from STL printing, while the bluish ones and the yellow ones seem to be made from FDM. The more resistant parts are the STL for sure, it's probably nylon. And I think it's a good idea to make here the gear parts from nylon, since they are loaded with some force and need to be more precise than the other parts. What's also fascinating on this puzzle is that you can see everything here right from the beginning. So let's say the solution is hidden in plain sight. Actually, I do not expect this one will be too difficult, since we can see everything. Therefore, I will try to explain how I expect the thing will work. If you are interested to get a copy yourself, I will put you the email address of Constantin Bovalis in the video description, so just check it out. I'm already starting. No, I will not start. I will wait until the spoiler break is over, and then I will try to open the thing up. Now let's have a closer look. We have these yellow pieces here, which we are allowed to touch, but are not really able to move right now. And we can see that this piece of the lock, which is obviously the one that opens, you can see it up here because of this shape. It seems to be locked inside here. You can see inside here. It's locked by this little lever over here. But the other lock is not blocked by this lever. It's blocked up here by the left half here of the shackle. I think we could probably move these little levers down here by twisting here, but this is actually free to rotate. So let's understand it a little bit better. Let's go from the rear to the front. We have the hook here. Oh, I'm not allowed to touch it. No. So the hook is connected here by this small axis, which goes from here all the way over here, it seems. So the hook will very likely twist in one or another direction. There is a gear inside here. Well, actually it's not only a gear, it's a complete transmission. Let's look a little bit more in detail how this transmission works. Just a second. Let's see if I still can do this. This has already been a while since I had to calculate something that's related to a gear. And it's actually pretty easy, much more easy than you expect if you never did it before. Okay, so let's look inside here. We have this hook that is connected here to this gear, the first one. And this first gear is, I'm not sure if you can see this, if you look inside here, you can see this small gear here, and this one is interacting with this gear here. Okay, so there is a small gear down here, and this gear down here is directly connected to another bigger gear. You can see it in here. This is the small one. There is another one, and these are actually one piece. So we can conclude there is a bigger gear over here. Okay, this gear is interacting with the small one here on the top again. And this small one is again one piece with this one. So they have the same speed, the same torque, and therefore we consider them to be connected like so. So and this gear is, where is it going? It's connected here to the small one again. So means there is a small gear up here. And you can see how complicated this is on such a small space already, yeah? And the small gear is connected here to this big red wheel. So if the small wheel here rotates or the big one rotates, they will interact with each other and have the same speed. This one is actually not correct as I draw it. The big one must be actually here, okay? Because I just noticed this one is interacting with the small one, and the small one is directly interacting with the big one, so we can draw it like this, okay? To calculate now the gear ratio of this overall gear, we can do it the following way, because we don't know the torque, we don't know the speed, but we know the number of teeth, and because we can count them. So let me just count them. So let's assume we have for these kind of gears 20 tooths, 20, 20, 20, another 20, and for the small ones we have 10. For the big red one, let's say 60. Okay. Not sure if the numbers are 100% correct, but it's just about the theory, so it doesn't matter. To calculate the overall ratio of the gear, we can do the following. And this is pretty easy, actually. I hope I do this right now. It's a little bit complicated for me to explain in English, but I hope you will get the point. You take the gear that's not directly driven here. For example, if you start from here, we take the 10 and divide it by 20. Okay, this is the transmission ratio here of the first step. Then we take and we multiply it, and the second time we take the 10, this one, divided by 20. So the third step is another 10 divided by 20. And the last one, 60, this one is other way around, divided by 10. And this one here in the end will actually opposite all we did up front, if I did it correct, because here we had a transmission that increased our speed, then another time a speed increase, another time a speed increase, and then we reduce the speed again. And if we look at the teeth, we can assume here that our overall gear has a ratio of 8 divided by 8, and this makes it a ratio of 1.75. I hope I did this correct. If not, just comment below the video. Of course, you can correct me if I'm wrong. In the end, yeah, we have not really increased our speed or decreased our speed and torque. We are nearly at the same level as before, and it seems this transmission was only necessary to transfer here our torque from one place to another. Then there is this mysterium here about these discs. I can already guess what they are, what they will do, because I saw before, if I look inside here from this side, you can see that there are small pins on each disc. So you can see if I twist them, there's one here on the yellow one, on the first one, and on the second one. They are all equipped with pins. I think this should work the following. And if I now start to rotate this one here, first it will drag only one disc and then another disc and then another disc until all of them are rotating, and this is pretty much as this works here. So one revolution, one disc, second disc, third white disc. Okay, all are rotating. Not sure what this is made for, but we can also see that there are little cutouts here on the top. These cutouts are probably to fit this lever here. So let's just align them. Let's see what happens. So I just twist it until the last disc will start to twist. I will put it in position and then I twist it back. You can see how I can now adjust the third one. It would work like so. Then the second one. like so. And now the first one. Now, I did the wrong side. This shackle is locked here by the other part of the shackle, so I need to do it other way around. So let me just get the notches of the disc onto the other side. Okay, now you have seen I unlocked it here. Very small movement, but it's connected through a lever and through a coulissa up here. So it will, I make a very small move here. It's this one, but the move here of this lever is bigger, and now I can pull this one out. And now I need to do the other side, because now this one is blocked by the lever down here. So we do the same thing as we did before. I will move this over here in position again. Okay, I can take out here the transparent, as it was called before, hopefully without damaging anything. Yes, here we go. And what to do now? So again, this hook is driven through this transmission. Transmission is going to the red, and the red is not connected to anything. I mean, I could do it like this, yeah. But this is, I think, not how it should be used. This would be so rude. If you imagine how much thinking went into designing this, and I take this thing here and go from the side and scratch it in position. This cannot be the correct solution. I can access it maybe from here. Oh yeah, I saw it. Okay. There's a little channel up here. Get it in. And if I press it now in from here, yes, it will drive the hook out of position. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Stuck. Let me try it from here. Let's move it in the other direction. Yes, here we go. You see? And that's it. Pull it all the way through. And the coin is free. $50 comes with the puzzle, so it makes it $50 cheaper. Pretty cool. Very, very unusual and cool puzzle. For sure not the most difficult one. I think if you really focus on it, you will open it in a few minutes. But still, it's something very special. So if you like collecting puzzles, this is definitely something for you. It's different than everything you have in your collection. The difficulty rating I would rate with a 2 out of a maximum of 5 on my personal difficulty rating scale. And as an engineer, I can only recommend this, of course. Now I need to get it back in place. So I will push it back down here. I will pull it through. Yeah, exactly in place again. And what's also fascinating is you need to consider, of course, the design in the design phase. If you design this and push it through, you need to drive this hook exactly for the correct amount to free the coin. And this is actually what this transmission does here. So it's not really a transmission to lower the torque or anything, as I said, or change the speed. It's only to ensure that the ratio between this red ring here and this little hook here in the rear is correct. There's a lot of fine-tuning into this, a lot of thinking, and I really appreciate. I will get the discs back, and this is also a pretty cool mechanism here. Very cool idea. And here we go, back into the initial position. Puzzle solved. So even it was not the most difficult one, this was so much fun. Thank you to Constantin for designing such an amazing puzzle. That's it for today. I hope you like this puzzle. Let me know in the comments, because this is a little bit different than usual. Let me know in the comments if this was interesting for you, this episode. If you like it, of course, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and enable YouTube notifications to be informed about future videos. Join me on Facebook and Instagram, and until next time, keep on puzzling!